What's up, everyone? Welcome to Rise and Rain Cards. It's your boy, the White Ranger, here with part 2 of our Skirmish deck tech project. Skirmish season is right around the corner, April 8th through the 23rd. I have 3 in my local area that I'm attending, so totally looking forward to it, as I love Blitz format. CC is great, definitely love it. Having a lot of fun playing Riptide at the moment. I am definitely more of a Blitz guy. Kasai, as we did in part 1, has been my main for a long time. So it's always fun playing her. But yeah, definitely check out fabtcg.com. Check out where your local skirmish events are going to be. Outside of that, we're going to jump right into our deck tech for today. So today's video, as mentioned in part 1 with Kasai, we are doing a ninja deck tech today. And the reason it's not hero specific is because I feel that the deck that I have put together for this deck tech works really well with both Katsu and Ira. Benji is a whole different thing, and maybe I haven't decided completely if I'm going to do a Benji deck tech, but for now we're just going to stick with Katsu and Ira. So this deck works really well with both of these heroes. I have found a little bit more success with Katsu, but I also have found success with Ira. And that is part of the reason why this deck tech video is the ninja deck tech, because of that reason. Katsu reads, the first time an attack action card you control hits each turn, you may discard a card with cost 0. And if you do, search your deck for a card with combo, banish it, then shuffle, and you may play it this turn. Ira reads, your second attack each turn gets +1 damage. So, like I said, both of these decks are really good, since they are identical. But the deck is really good. I have found success with it while testing on Talishar. So, but with the combo lines in this deck, Katsu has slightly better of an advantage than the Ira does, since you can search out a card to be able to get the combo line going. However, Katsu's ability makes the cost 0 that you have to pitch. So a lot of the times you may or may not be able to, depending on what's in your hand. Ira just allows you to buff that second attack in the combo line, or whatever the second attack may be. So coming in for an attack in the first line, getting your buff on your second one, it just varies, depends on what you're running. Sorry. Both of these are running same equipment. So the main core 4 equipment is going to be Breaking Scales, Breeze Rider Boots, Find All Spring Tunic, and Mask of Momentum. Breaking Scale reads, attack reaction, destroy Breaking Scales, target attack action card with combo gains +1 and has Battle Worn. I like it just because there are so many cards in the deck that has combo that you might want to get that extra 1 damage over, or there might be an on-hit effect of one of these cards that's really good to be able to get that extra. Or if it's the third attack in the chain, you might want to be able to trigger Mask of Momentum. So Breaking Scales is just right there. It's, on the verge of being really good, but I feel that because of that, just that extra buff, it could really help with a Mask of Momentum trigger, or just being able to, get that 1 extra damage in, which could lead you to the game. Next up is Breeze Rider Boots. It reads, when a ninja attack action you control hits, you may destroy Breeze Rider Boots. If you do, attack action cards with combo gain go again this turn and has Battle Worn. This one is really good if you have a couple of cards in here that don't have Go Again. Once we get into the actual list, a couple of cards don't have Go Again. So it's really good to be able to potentially get that wide turn compared to the combo line. So that's kind of why I like the Breeze Rider boots in this list. Find All Spring Tunic up next. We all kind of know what Spring Tunic does, but it does read at the start of your turn. If Find All Spring Tunic has less than 3 energy counters, you may put a counter on it. Instant, remove the 3 counters from Spring Tunic, gain 1 resource, and has Blade Break. Tunic is Tunic. It's kind of one of those, it does kind of take 3 turns to set up, but it is a really good card. It's kind of like, how can you say no to Tunic? There are a couple of other chess pieces that could be good, but I feel that Tunic is just too reliable to really be able to say no to having it in the deck. And then you have the main headpiece. There are, I think, since Pouncing Lynx, Mask of the Pouncing Lynx got banned, this is definitely the ideal headpiece for Ninja. It's Mask of Momentum. Reads once per turn effect. When an attack action card you control is the 3rd or higher chain link in a row to hit, draw a card. And it has Blade Break and it blocks for 2. Late game is when you block with it. Early game is when you try to push the damage to be able to get the effect, to be able to definitely get that draw. So that's why I was talking about the breaking scales, is because if it's the 3rd attack in the link, they might block for 3. You can break the breaking scales, buff it up by 1, and get that card draw to be able to go wide on your turn. So it is definitely an ideal piece that I like to be able to get that extra card draw, which in this game is definitely can be an advantage. Your sideboard equipment is just the Null Rune set. It's Null Rune boots, Null Rune gloves, Null Rune hood. And you run your Tunic chess piece against Wizards, Kano, and Elsa. You definitely need to play the slower game to be able to set up for more. And then your weapons. Again, it's Ninja. Who doesn't Kadachi for 1? Harmonized Kadachi is the weapons. You have their 2 one-handed weapons that read once per turn action, 1 resource attack. If you have a card in your pitch zone with cost 0, Harmonized Kadachi has Go Again. We've all played against Ninja. Kadachi for 1, Kadachi for 1. That's the ideal turn for most ninjas before they even set up their combo line. So that is why we run the Kadachis. So we'll get into the first combo line. This is my favorite combo line. It's a 0 cost combo line, but it is definitely my favorite. And we run the 100 wins combo line. That is the blue, yellow, and red 100 wins. It reads combo: if 100 wins was the last attack in your combat chain, this attack gains +1 for each other card named 100 wins you control on the combat chain and has Go Again. It attacks for 1, 2, and 3, depending on the color you play. For some reason, again, Everfest has always been my favorite set. So this set in 100 wins line came out of Everfest, so I'm kind of impartial to that. But outside of that, I like it just because of the simple fact that if you can get multiple off in a turn, they are buffing each other and not having to rely on other cards to buff it. 100 wins combos into Winds of Eternity, which reads combo: if 100 wins was the last attack this combat chain, Winds of Eternity gains +2 power, and when this hits, shuffle all cards named 100 wins you own on the combat chain into your deck. So, meaning no matter how many 100 wins that you have on the line, you can get all of them shuffled back into your deck. So, coming in for 4, it's, definitely the card to be able to get all your 100 wins shuffled back into your deck, which against an Arachne or somebody else who's potentially milling you, or if it's late game, it's a great way to get more cards into your deck, so that way you have more options later in the game. So yeah, I run two of each color of the 100 wins, 2 of Winds of Eternity. So that's going to be your first combo line in this deck. And it's all completely zero cost. I'm a huge fan of zero cost to be able to play more cards each turn. So that's kind of the reason why I like that as well. It's just value. So yeah, the next combo line that we run is there's 4 different pieces for this combo line. So it definitely has options compared to 100 wins, where 100 wins only has 100 wins and Winds of Eternity. The next combo line that we run would be the Head Jab combo line. Not really using anything from outsiders. There are some great cards for the Head Jab combo line in outsiders, however, none of them have Go Again. So this line has a lot of potential for Go Wide and Go Tall. So that's kind of why I'm also a person of value. So Head Jab is just a basic attack for 0. It comes in for 1, 2, or 3, depending on the color you run. We're running 2 yellows, 2 reds, and 2 blues. It does only block for 2, but most of the time that's going to be your combo line starter. So yeah, it's just a basic 1, 2, or 3 attack, but it starts your next chain. Head Jab then combos into Open the Center. Open the Center reads combo. If Head Jab was the last attack this combat chain, Open the Center gets +1, Go Again, and Dominate. Dominate means the defending hero can't defend with more than 1 card from their hand. So it comes in for 3, 4, and 5, depending on the color you play. We're running 2 reds, 2 blues, 2 yellows. It's just a great card to be able to get that extra higher damage compared to Head Jab, where it's only 1, 2, or 3, or 100 wins, where it's only 1, 2, or 3. This is now coming in for 3, 4, or 5, depending on what color you're playing. Plus, it's giving yourself the buff off of having Head Jab on the line. So yeah, it definitely great value. It does cost 2, so it is a little bit more expensive than the other cards that we've talked about so far. So you're pitching something to be able to play for it, and whatnot. But yeah, it's really the most expensive. It is the most expensive card in the deck, at 2. But the value that you get off of it being able to go wider with the Go Again, but having the Dominate and the buff, makes it well worth it. Next up on the line, we have Fluster Fist. Fluster Fist reads combo. If Open the Center was the last attack in this combat chain, Fluster Fist gets +1 for each attack that has hit this combat chain. And it's a 0 cost. It comes in for 2, 3, or 4. We're running 2 reds, 2 yellows, and 2 blues. For the most part, we're running 2 of everything in this deck. It blocks for 3, so it's great value. It is a 0 cost attack, so we're getting back to our value like we were talking about. But yeah, +1 for every attack that is hit, which means if you've started with Kodachis and you went Kodachi, most people are going to block that second one, but that first one's definitely going to get through. Your Head Jab more than likely got through. Your Open the Center got through. And Fluster Fist is coming in, even with the blue coming in for 2, you're getting a +3. So now you're coming in for 5. Your reds are now coming in for 7 potentially, 8 potentially. So again, we're coming back to a 0 cost attack that has the potential of high amount of damage if open center is the last attack. So yeah, it definitely gives you, that is the open the center to the Fluster Fist is the main two cards, due to the simple fact of you're coming in for high amount of damage with those two cards. Those are going to be the two cards that are going to produce the most amount of damage. Also, the next card that we get into off of this line requires open the center to be the last card, so it can't go into Fluster Fist, but instead we go into Pounding Gale. Pounding Gale is a super rare from WTR. It is a 1-cost attack that reads combo. If open the center was the last attack on the chain, Pounding Gale gains. If Pounding Gale would deal damage to a hero, instead it deals double that much damage. And it comes in for 5 base power. So if they decide not to block it, and you already played open the center, they're taking 10 damage. So it is a card they are almost guaranteed to block out if you have produced the right combo line. So I love that card, but it is a super rare, so you only have the 2 copies of it in the deck. So the main line would be Head Jab, Open the Center, Fluster Fist. But if you have Pounding Gale in hand, it is always the better option to go Head Jab, Open the Center, Pounding Gale, just so that way you can produce that extra damage from Pounding Gale, or they're going to be able to block it, which means they have less cards to play on their turn. So that is the main 2 combo lines in the deck. We do have additional attacks that are alternative attacks. They don't have anything to deal with combo, but they are additional ninja attacks. So first up, we have Double Strike. Double Strike came out of Uprising. It's a 0-cost attack for 1. It reads, when Double Strike chain links resolve, banish it. You may play it this combat chain. If you do, it loses its ability, and it has go again. It's literally just a simple 0 for 1, 0 for 1. It's your way of trying to trigger Mask of Momentum. Most people that I have played this against will not block Double Strike the first time. So if you can just buff it, or even just let it hit for 1, that's still 1 damage that they're taking. That 1 damage adds up. We all know that how many Kodachi damage we get in each game. So it's definitely a great option to be able to play, and you're attacking with it twice each turn that you can play it. The next card that's up would be Salt the Wound. Salt the Wound was a common from Crucible of War, another 0-cost attack. Salt the Wound gains +1 for each attack that has hit this combat chain, and comes in for base power 2. So yeah, let's say you have 100 wins 3 times, and you don't have Winds of Eternity, but all 300 wins have hit. Salt the Wound comes in, and now it's coming in for 5. It's a great way to end the chain link, since it doesn't have go again, but it's a great way to be able to get more damage in for a 0-cost attack. It is a yellow, so it does pitch for 2, which means that if you do have it in your hand, you could pitch it, and it activates both of your Kodachis to attack with. So that is a great option as well to use it for. Last attack action card in the deck, we run Ride the Tailwind, which reads, we were running 2 reds and 2 yellows. It's a 0-cost attack. It reads, when Ride the Tailwind hits, the next attack action with 2 or less base you play this combat chain gains go again, and it has go again. It comes in for 2 and 3 with the yellow and the red. This is a great way to get Salt the Wound go again. Or Winds of Eternity go again. If you don't have the 100 wins out. It's just being able to give your next attack go again if it hits. A lot of people will tend to block out the Ride the Tailwinds due to not wanting it to hit. I have found a lot of damage is dealt with Ride the Tailwinds if you can get that, if you play it. Last up, the last 4 cards in the deck. As we've already shown you, 36 cards. Last 4 cards are your reaction cards. First up is Ancestral Empowerment. 0 cost attack reaction that reads target ninja attack action card gains +1 power, and you draw a card. Again, the +1 is good if you need it, but ideally this card is there to get you your card draw. As we talked with Mask of Momentum, card draw is ideal and helpful and can really set you apart depending on how many times you can trigger it, how many times you can get Mask of Momentum to hit. Ancestral Empowerment is great because if it's the third attack and you play it and it gets the +1, not only are you drawing a card off of that, you could potentially be drawing a card off of Mask of Momentum. So a double card draw on your third chain, if that's possible, is great. I've not been able to personally do that, but it is always a goal to do that. Next up, last card in the deck, we are running 2 of Red Razor Reflexes. What ninja deck doesn't run Red Razors? It's a 1 cost attack reaction. It says choose 1, target sword or dagger weapon attack gains +3, or target attack action with cost 1 or less gets +3, and if it hits, go again. We've all seen Razor Reflexes. Everybody knows that they're great in the deck. They're just good power buffs. But a lot of people don't, a lot of people tend to expect you to play it on something like Pounding Gale, something like Fluster Fist. You can't play it on Open the Center. Open the Center is the only card that you can't play it on in the deck. But if you've played the head jab into the Open the Center, it already has the go again, so you don't have to worry about that. Red Razors are great to just give the secondary go again, but I've also seen people lose their game on a harmonized Kadachi attack coming in for 1. People have been like, oh, I'm at 4. I'm just going to let you hit me for 1. Play the Kadachi, take the 4. I win. I've seen that happen. It's happened to me. So, yeah, Red Razors are definitely an ideal card for this deck as well. Like I said at the beginning, this deck can work with either Katsu or Ira. It just depends on who you want to run. I found equal success with both heroes, so that is why it is an ideal deck list for both. There are plenty of great combo lines for Ninja. There are so many ways that you can play Ninja. This is just my way of playing this list that I like. Like I said, the 100 wins line is my favorite line because of Everfest being one of my favorite sets. And Ride the Tailwind being from that set as well. So it does provide a lot of support. But like I said, you can mess with it. Ninja is probably one of the most versatile classes there is because there's so many ways of being able to play it and whatnot. So every deck you run into is going to be a little bit different, but this is mine. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Friday's video will be a gameplay video. We are hoping to get Riptide versus somebody. I'm not sure who we're getting a video of yet, but it'll definitely be Riptide. I've had a lot of fun playing that deck so far. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting a video up for you guys on Friday with Riptide. playing against somebody. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscription button, the alert button, and the like button. And then also make sure you guys check out the website, www.riseandreincardshop.com, for all of your card needs. More cards are being added daily. Outsiders are completely up there. So if you guys are missing anything and I have it, go get it. So that way you guys can have what you need for the upcoming skirmish season. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.